Okay, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, everyone. I would like just to point where I am right now, and I'm here in Kansas City, Missouri. There you go. Okay. And I think we have another one coming up. Hi, Sarah. You can use the pointer to the left just to put where are you from. And I think this is Sarah, my sister. And she's from Morocco. All right. So welcome everybody, and thank you for attending this session or viewing the recording. Today I will present an ongoing experience taking place at a community college in Texas. In spring 2013, we started using digital displays to promote events and to showcase students and faculty digital artwork in the library. The digital displays used our repurposed old laptops, and in this presentation I will show you how the idea started and how we build the system in-house from scratch. During this presentation, please feel free to ask questions and share your experience in the chat box. If you are viewing the recording, at the end of the registration you will find my email, so feel free to send me any question you have. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself as my position has changed since I submitted this session. My name is Ayub Ajmi. I have recently graduated from the University of North Texas in Denton with a master's degree in library and information science. The digital exhibition project started in spring 2013 at Tarrant County Community College in Texas, where I worked as a library technology manager. My duties were to make sure students, faculty, and staff have access to computers, printers, scanners, mobile devices, and everything related to technology. I was also interested in investigating new technologies that can help our students to succeed in their education. After graduation, I moved to Kansas City, Missouri, and I now work as Digital Communications and Learning Initiatives Librarian at the University of Missouri at Kansas City School of Law. Tarrant County College is the 6th largest among Texas colleges and universities. It has over 50,000 students enrolled in 2-year degree programs and certificates. The college has 5 major campuses in the cities of Hearst, Fort Worth, and Arlington. The digital exhibition experience took place in the Northeast campus, which serve over 17,000 students. In April 2012, the district conducted a survey to gather insights on how students use the libraries. 35% of the 341 Northeast students surveyed responded that they visit the library monthly, yet 47% responded they have never attended a library instruction program. The survey also shows that over 65% of Northeast students are unaware of some of the library services such as TCC LibGuides and Chat with the Librarian. These low numbers were also reflected in the library usage and traffic registered in recent years. However, we were certain we can change the situation by better promoting our services and events, and also by engaging more with faculty members in our campus. By fall 2012, we have increased the number of library instruction classes as well as departmental meetings with our faculty members to better understand and answer their needs. The Northeast Campus Library is the largest in the district, and over the years it developed a reputation of being an excellent location to exhibit both faculty and students' art projects. The collaboration with the art department was so developed that the library adopted the concept of receptions to provide the students a truer sense of a real exhibition. Our goal with this project is to deepen our partnership with the art department by creating a new avenue for exhibits both in the library and across the campus through the use of digital displays. We also want to offer a digital exhibition platform represents a unique opportunity for students to display their born digital artworks in their original formats before transferring them to other media such as print photography. The digital displays were also planned to be used to promote library services and events. In the recent years, many libraries have gone from using paper signs to PowerPoint slideshow and digital signage to promote their services and events. Although most libraries are using digital solutions as an alternative to traditional library signage, many have found unanticipated use for their digital platforms. The University of California Merced Library planned in using digital displays to inform students and faculty about library services, new books, and librarian contact information, among other informational services. In addition, the library digital signage was also used to display student-produced digital artwork, as well as to recognize friends of the university and the library in a more attractive and effective manner. The Cincinnati Public Library decided to use two 54-inch flat TVs to showcase an interactive image of its restored Cincinnati riverfront panorama, which has never been available to the public. Using the digital exhibit allows users to appreciate its historical value while preserving the original artwork. Another solution used by many libraries is the server-controlled solution to display targeted messages throughout the network of digital displays. This solution is probably the most expensive, but it gives an advanced control of how the information will be displayed, when each information can be displayed, and in what monitor specifically it will show up. Actually, at TCC, we are using a similar solution controlled by the district. These monitors display centrally managed content such as news, events, weather, and emergency alerts. The library can suggest its content to be published in these monitors, but for smaller events targeting only our audience, we decided to use our own digital display units. So at this time, I would like to know how you promote your events using the pull feature beneath your name to the right. You can choose from A to D. So do you use paper signs, digital photo frames, digital signage, or any other tool? Okay, and if you are listening to the recording, you can always send me an email. Just I would like to know what people use the most. Yeah, we are still using. I can tell we're using paper sign as well. As you can see, the picture in the background is actually from the library. So we're still kind of, we could not do the move 100% to digital signage. Okay. And like I said, we have we have the digital signage for TV monitors, but it's controlled by the district, and most of the time the content is mostly targeted toward the entire campus and not just our own campus or students. Anyway, that was good to know. The Tarrant County digital displays are based on repurposed laptops. So when I first started working at TCC, I was astonished to find 30 Dell laptops in the closet about to be sent to the warehouse. These laptops are still operational, running Windows XP, but due to today's hardware and software standards, they became obsolete after the library received newer units. With a Title III grant, we were able to repurpose these old laptops and convert them into digital frames that can be used inside the library as well as in other locations throughout the campus. With few modifications, these laptops have been embedded inside wooden frames and have only the LCD screens visible through the inner paper frame. Multiple exhibitions can be held simultaneously in different areas of the library, and we used 4 individual units for promotional purposes, displaying FAQs, new arrivals, and events. These units have been installed in 4 areas of the main level of the library. And we use the remaining units for exhibition purposes, and participants have the option to use a set of 5 or 6 units for each exhibit. We have 3 permanent locations as well as an additional platforms that can either be installed individually or as one exhibit. These platforms can be hung on the art wall of the library, or they can be arranged in other ways. The most important factor in this situation is that they need to be near enough to an electrical outlet so as not to create a hazardous walkway. Each platform can display a single picture or a series of pictures presented as a slideshow. The digital platforms are also capable of displaying other content, such as video and audio recording. As I said, the project was made possible by the 2012-2013 Faculty Staff Grants supporting student success. This grant supports projects that have as objectives of promoting student success by meeting the following objectives, as you can see in the screen. Although our comprehension of the project and its potential positive impact on students was clear, it was difficult to describe it and tie it to the objectives of the grant. Our first application was eventually returned, and we were invited to apply again and explain more in depth how the project functions, and more importantly, how it can impact student success. In our second attempt, we joined to the application letter of interest from the Department of Art and Photography, as well as a prototype of the digital displays. And our application was accepted, and we were granted $1,500. Repurposing old laptops into digital platforms is not a new concept. There are many tutorials online showing the process done by individuals from around the world. The main source of inspiration for us was a website by Werner Heusser, and there is the short URL in the screen. I can also copy the link here just so you can have it in the chat box. This website lists links to many free do-it-yourself instructions to make digital frames from a variety of laptop brands. However, we were not building one laptop for our personal use, but we were building 30 laptops that will be used in a public building. We had many concerns to address, such as security, aesthetic, and ease of use. We wanted to have platforms that are light and easy to install. And since the frames have to be powered for an extended period of time, the heat generated by electronic components was a major concern. Also, the frames have to look appealing and blend with their surrounding environment. And finally, we were looking for a system that anyone can operate and required little or no maintenance. Learning from previous experiences listed on Heuser websites, we decided to take apart the laptops and keep only the necessary parts in order to be able to house them in wooden frames. We ended up with the motherboard, the LCD screen, the hard drive, and the power supply, reducing its weight from 6.5 pounds to 4 pounds. We opted for 12 by 16 walnut shadow box display cases that you can find on Hobby Lobby. They have almost 2-inch in depth, which make them perfect to house all the laptop parts and have enough space for air circulation. They also have 2.5-inch flat wooden frame that makes the frame easy to hang on the wall or sit on a table by themselves. We couldn't find a pre-made mat to fit the dimension of the 14.1-inch LCD monitors, but we decided to fashion our own paper mats. We used a bright white Bristol paper. Its smooth surface makes it easy to cut, and from each sheet we produced 2 paper mats. And in order to secure the laptop parts inside the frame, we decided to use foam project boards. On most of the examples listed on Heuser website, the laptop parts are either glued directly to the frame or secured using wood panels. Using the lightweight foam board made them easy to handle and rigid enough to keep the parts from moving. And from maintenance perspective, using the foam board, it was easy to, if there is a problem, so we can go inside the frame and change the screen or change the hard drive or any other parts easily. And before we could cover the shadow box, we had to make 5 1-inch vent holes on the cover for air circulation and 1 hole to reach the power button, the one in the middle. We also made 2 small cuts for the power cable to use on each layout situation, either vertical or horizontal. And the last modification to the cover was the USB cable. We used a 1-foot-long USB extension cord, which we plugged to the motherboard in one side, and to in the other side it resides outside of the cover, making it easy to access without the need to open the frame. And I have more pictures. As you can see in those pictures, the first one here shows you the paper mat. Let me use the maybe red color. So this picture, it shows the paper mat, and this is the inside of the wooden frame. And then in the next one, this is in white. This is the screen monitor, as you can see, and is secured by this white foam board. And then next we place the motherboard. It's here. And then we secure again the motherboard with the second foam. And then this one is the power supply. And then as you can see, the cord is running from here all the way inside. This is the USB cord. It's 1 foot long, and then it goes to the corner. And then when we finish, we cover the screen And then, as you can see, the USB cable can still be used without opening the whole frame. Our initial goal was to be able to display pictures as slideshows and eventually to add video and sound. We also wanted to be able to automatically turn on and off the laptops. The examples from her website are very diverse, but most of them are meant to be used by one person in one location. Since our laptops are Wi-Fi enabled, the ideal will be to join them to the network and manipulate them remotely. But our IT department does not support Windows XP anymore. The ideal, like I said, doesn't support Windows XP anymore, and we decided to use them as a standalone units instead. I'm not sure what do you mean with the IFTT, Lisa? Oh, okay. Okay. Like I said, in our case, the IT department, they do not support Windows XP anymore, and then we decided to use them as a standalone units instead. This means we have to walk to each unit individually in order to change its content. And to keep things simple, we decided to use Windows default screensaver to manage the content. The pictures are saved on My Pictures folder, and after a period of inactivity, the slideshow starts. That was pretty much the easiest way to do it instead of using any proprietary software. And as you can see, this is in the monitor. This is just white, Windows desktop. So we started by creating a fresh Windows XP installation without any additional programs. From the setup, we set an auto mode on to every day and auto on time as 7:45 a.m. and we used a Windows task scheduler to run shutdown command every day at 9:45 p.m. So basically our monitors, they start when the library opens and they turn off automatically when the library, 15 minutes before the library closes. And in order to keep the system running smoothly in the back end without interfering with the slideshow, we used Windows group policies to make to turn off the notification area and clean up the desktop and hide the taskbar from Windows. So basically, when the slide is running, we don't want to have any message saying, you have not enough space in hard drive or the network is available or any notification like that. And we also had to change the power option setting in order to keep the monitor on all the time and reduce the hard drive usage by changing the power options. And we, for example, in the power options on Windows, you can tell to keep the monitor on all the time and to turn off the hard drive after 3 minutes, for example. So since all what we are running is just a slideshow, so there is no need for a hard drive to be running all the time. We did this just to keep the system running smoothly, as I said, and also to avoid the heat. And each time we wanted to change the content of digital frames, we connected a mouse and USB flash drive using a USB hub to the extension cord on the frame. We could then copy the new images from the USB flash drive to the folder inside My Pictures. Although the back cover of the shadow box has two hangers to be able to hang the frame on a wall, we decided to hang our frame directly to the wall using elastic screws. Their wide head fits very well with the railing in the back of the frames. We also added a steel wire from the frame cover to the wall for additional security, as you can see in the picture. The frames have also been displayed on the main art wall of the library. In those instances, we used a cable that hangs from the tracks from one end and connects to the frame using a hook in the other end, as you can see in the picture to the right. The major issue during the installation was the power source and the cabling. The Northeast Campus Library was built in 1968, and it has a shortage of power outlets. So we had to rely heavily on extension cords while making sure to respect good safety practices and fire codes. To hide the power cords, we decided to use a 5-foot-long cord channel for each frame. Like as you can see on those pictures, there's wire molds come with self-adhesive in the back, making them easy to install and also easy to remove. So now for our first exhibits. From the beginning, the first audience that we thought would use our digital frames was the art and photography students. However, students and faculty from other disciplines were first to experience our digital exhibition platforms. The first exhibition held was by a staff member from our physical education department. So we used 6 frames displaying 5 pictures and 1 used for artist statements. Each frame displayed only 1 picture. The exhibit was held in the quiet study area, and it drew a noticeable amount of foot traffic. And before the end of the week, we received a second request of participation from another faculty. The Northeast campus hold an international festival each year, and for this year we had a student and a faculty member who used our digital displays unit for this matter. During their exhibits, we decided to pull cultural references and literature to go with each subject. In this case, for example, the exhibit talked about diversity, and the teacher, she pulled some books about other nations and other cultures, and they were available to check out by students. We even had mint tea offered to the library users during exhibits about Moroccan culture, and it was very, very successful. So providing the opportunity to our users to be part of our digital exhibition program is a wonderful service, but we needed to think about procedures and develop some policies. First, we produced a 3-fold brochure explaining the project and its mission on one side, and providing a participation form on the other side. Participants are then required to fill out the form and bring it to the circulation desk. The same information plus an electronic version of the form were made available in the LibGuide. I can show you the link here. Each participation, pictures or text, is then reviewed by at least 2 librarians before it can be scheduled for exhibit. We also needed to prepare templates of the informational slides. Although we had access to more specialized programs, we decided to use Microsoft PowerPoint for this task. We created templates for the library promotional material, making it easy for anyone to use. We also created templates for the artist statements, which is displayed with the exhibit. with each exhibition. The PowerPoint files are then saved as bitmap images to preserve their quality and to be able to work with Windows Slideshow. Basically, what you see is just a PowerPoint page. So, like as I said, we had access to other professional programs, but PowerPoint is available on almost every computer, and anyone can go ahead and change or create new slides. A key requirement of the Title III grant was to provide an evaluation plan of the project in order to measure its outcome. The sustainability of our project relies on students and faculty involvement, but in order for the project to effectively improve students' success in classroom, it is important to know the faculty opinion and their willingness to incorporate the digital exhibition in their curriculum. Therefore, we defined our sample and as full-time faculty members at Northeast Campus. Our initial proposed evaluation plan considered of recording the number of exhibitions held, conducting entry and exit surveys for participants, and also a voluntary survey for library users. All participants in the digital exhibition took part in the survey at the end of their exhibits. The goal of the participant survey is to learn more about their experience by measuring the outcome of their exhibits. All participants reported that they have received positive feedbacks and encouragement from their colleagues and friends. Two of the first exhibitors responded that it was their first public exhibit and that they plan to participate in other public shows in the future. And in fact, one of them has seen her work selected to be displayed in a juried competition featuring 15 artists from Tarrant County in Texas. Faculty and staff members who took part in the exhibits have also described that their participation was a great learning experience and that they have been approached several times to discuss their work, which allowed them to engage with students outside of the classroom setting. The participants have also suggested ideas to improve the program. Most of them are related to displays and their locations. Participants expressed their interest to hold the exhibits closer to the main entrance of the library, as well as to use larger monitors. The second survey used to measure the success of this project was aimed for all full-time faculty at Northeast Campus, as well as full-time public service librarians and full-time professional advising and counseling staff. The survey was sent to all members of the Northeast Campus Faculty Association, a total of 194 members. Although we have only received a response from 30 of the members, which constitute 15% rate, we believe that it was enough to give a broader understanding of the project and ways in which it can be improved. Overall, not all faculty members were aware of the digital exhibition initiatives taking place at the library, which impacted their answers regarding the incorporation of the digital displays into class curriculums or the impact of such projects in the students' success in general. However, 21 of the respondents have expressed their interest to see the digital displays used in other areas around the campus, and 19 of them said they would like to be interested in a workshop explaining the process of making the framed screens. The survey also included 2 open-ended questions regarding the impact of projects on student success and how faculty members can be involved in this endeavor. As you can see, the answers vary according to the degree of understanding of the project, but in general, most of the respondents see in it a new way to engage students and use technology to present educational material in different formats. Others don't necessarily agree and are not interested in participating. Measuring student success in our project is not an easy task. Neither can it be done during its 1-year duration. However, the feedback we have received so far from our first exhibition and the feedback our participants received shows that such initiatives can truly improve our students' success and also promote the library among its users. As we found in the literature review, we have also found unanticipated uses for our digital platforms. A faculty member who teaches creative writing contacted us regarding the possibility of displaying her students' poems in our platforms. And another faculty from the music department inquired if it will be possible to display videos of musical fugues in our platforms as a visual feedback for her students. Although the duration of the grant is only 1 year, we believe that this project can be sustained for many years. As newer generation of laptops are being set to retire, the digital platform can be updated with better LCD screen and powerful systems. We can also support some of the features we are missing in the actual platform, such as wireless connections, which will allow us to remotely access and update the content. Connecting the platforms to the network can also allow them to be part of the college emergency notification system and display valuable information during emergency situation. That's basically, and as of now, as I said, I'm not working with Tarrant County College anymore, but before I left, we received a new 30 laptops. So I think we have extra 30 laptops now that they are Wi-Fi enabled and they run Windows 7. They also have larger monitors and better quality of the screens that they can be used for this experiments. And I welcome you to visit Tarrant County College Northeast Campus to see the digital displays at work. It's really cool, and they look really good, and I'm sure they are using them very well. So that was the end of this presentation. For more information about this project, or if you want to keep in touch, you can visit my website, is ayubajmi.com. And I wrote an article regarding this project, and it will be published in the spring 2014 edition of the Journal of Library Innovation. And you can visit the website libraryinnovation.org. Let me put the link here since I already have it. And this is my website. You can find inside my email and my contact information. If you have any question, I will be glad and honored to help you. So if you have any questions to ask now, please go ahead.
There are 2 ways you can ask questions. You can type them in the chat, or you can go on mic. I'm enabling the audio for everyone now. So if Robin or Sarah would like to grab the mic, they are able to do so. And just to note a virtual applause underneath your picture in the participant window, hover over the smiley face. Don't click it, just hover. A drop-down menu will appear. Go 3 down to the copy cans and click on the applause. We're giving you virtual applause. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so if there is no question, so I think we reached the end of the presentation. And in order for recording to process, everyone needs to exit the room. All right.